I'm gonna record it on my end. I would recommend that you record it so you can go back and use it as notes.
How can I record it? The question is.
Oh, there's a toolbar, and if you look in the toolbar, there are 3 dots to the right of that toolbar, and there's a recording option. I believe you can hit Alt R, and that should start recording.
Yep.
Can you see my trading view?
I can.
Okay. So let me show you something real quick. I zoom out to the monthly whenever I first start with any chart, because this is how the banks trade.
Okay.
With these, I'll clean this one up.
Mom, Daddy, I need up.
Yeah, pick it up, please. Sorry, I got my baby here.
No worries at all. I the background noise, you know. Thank you.
So banks, they like to trade within 1,000 pip ranges. So once you get your eyes used to this, I go out to the monthly and I find the high, and I see it's around 144. So I'll estimate and go to 145, and from there I'll go down another 1,000 to 135. And as you can see, it more or less falls on another support or resistance zone, and then go down another 1,000 to 125, and so on and so forth. And you'll find these major zones. Like right here is a major zone.
Yep.
And here it went up 1,000 and went back down 1,000. It came down about 1,000, went up about 1,000. So that's the pattern that it'll do for the most part, and banks are aware of this. So I'll go down to 115. I'll put that there, and this will be my major resistance since it already crossed. And since I see on the monthly that there was a bearish candle that broke through the resistance, more than likely the trend changed. I'm not sure. That's just what I'm thinking. What's wrong, bro? Oh, go over there. It's right there. All right. So now I'm going to zoom in to the weekly. I'll go ahead and put one at 105 just because I know there's one there. And then at the weekly, I see that it came up, it found a resistance, and now it came back down and it's testing. So in the weekly chart, this is the only place I like to use the Fibonacci. I look left at the high point, and this will be up to you, but here I'm going back to, it says June of 2015, and I'll shoot the weekly Fibonacci down to here. And if you look, this 1,000 pip zone falls more or less with this 0.618. It's right there within this range. So I'll zoom in again to my daily to see what's going on. And in the daily, I see that it's within this Fibonacci zone at 115.56 and the Fibonacci zone around 112.38. So if price breaks around this 112.30, more than likely it'll continue down, but it appears to be trending down already. Oops, let me get rid of that. I'll put a trend line, start it here, and let me just adjust this. A little wonky. I shoot it to right there because I want price to go like this. And if it breaks, then I would just adjust. And then I will throw on indicators. Oops. And I use moving averages. I use the exponential. I use a few actually. To keep it simple. I'll make you more. Give me a moment. So the 7 EMA, and then actually I need the regular moving average because the exponential moving average, it reacts to price a lot faster than the moving average that's calculated using the regular formula. And so this MA is more reliable than the exponential moving average, but I make them both 7, and I make the slow one red just so it sticks out to me. And if I zoom in, whenever the red crosses this one, I'll make this one green. Whenever the red crosses the green, then the trend changed. So as you can see here, the red crossed the green and the trend changed, and now it's going down, and the red line staying above. And then with this one, this EMA, I'll do a 50 or 49, depending on what you read. I'll do that one just so I can tell what it is, and then make this one pink, and I'll make it 200. So these moving averages, they're my dynamic support and resistance. And the way I had it was I entered at, just so I can show you, UJ, I entered at 112.82. That was, I entered right there because of that big move down, big candle. And I had another trade here, but I took profit. It went here, and then I took it here, and I got back in. And then I'll throw in RSI. The only other two things I use is stochastic and RSI to more or less evaluate what might be happening. So it's extremely oversold. It might be turning. Here it's at 39. Because it's not at the 30, I don't think it's actually going to change the trend. It might come up and retest right there, because if you look left, you see that. So it might come up to that and then keep moving down because it's trying to seek this 30 range. And then
something fell. Something fell.
I'll pick it up in a second. And then the last thing I do is just boxes. You might see these every now and then. In order to identify my boxes, I zoom in on the 4 hour and I find a zone. So price is here, I look left, what do I see? I see that price broke this area, so it's lower than this. Keep looking left, what's around here, I see this, and then I see this and that. And I see that that might be a zone. So I draw a box right there, and I extend it out, and I'm gonna raise it to right there to fall in line with this candle, because that's just what looks nice to me. And then I see that here the price bounced off of here, it got rejected there, it broke through, and then it came back through the zone, and then it used that, and it's bouncing off of there, it broke through, but it's using this again as support or resistance. So since price broke here, I'm gonna zoom in again. Adjust this. Price broke. The trend appears to be down. Sure, it's oversold. However, this is following Elliott waves and something called Wyckoff theory, and the principal trade with the trend. If it does retest at most, in my opinion, I see it coming up to this moving average right here, to this area for a retest, and it's around the 113 area. And 113, 114, every 100 pips, you can more or less use that as a support or resistance. And so I see this happening and coming down to this area because this is where a new Fibonacci starts, around 112.31. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Since it broke through my support area, I would wait for a retest at 112.79 or 80 around here. Depending on your broker, I might set a sell limit around 112.76 so it can pay for the spread. Because sometimes my sell limits don't get triggered, or my buy limits don't get triggered because the spread was too high. And so, yeah, it sucks when you don't get that perfect entry and you miss it by a pip. So I try to calculate for that. And if you want to zoom in again at the 30, we can see that in the stochastic, it's starting to rise, and once it gets up here, it might come back down. So if you see price come up here and it's not really looking too strong, and this looks like it's overbought, it's probably going to keep going down. And another thing, if you want to study chart patterns, this right, this is called a flag, which you may know about it, and
I've read about it. Yes.
or a pennant. I think that's the way they might refer to it in the UK, and or wherever you are. I'm not sure where you are.
I'm in the UK. Yeah, I'm in
Okay.
London.
And this will be the flag. This is the flagpole.
Okay.
It's abstract, and then
Yep.
this is the pennant, and it looks like it's a wedge as well, and it looks pretty pretty lateral. It doesn't, to me, in my opinion, doesn't look like it's pointing directly down or directly up.
No.
If I think you should watch price and wait for something like this. Let's see, here in Texas, it's about to be 5 p.m.
Okay.
I would wait 3 hours. Around 8 p.m. Texas time is when you can get that perfect entry.
Great stuff.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. Just wait for a retest, and then I would set my stop loss around here. Or if you see price blow through this area,
Mm-hmm.
there might be an entry right here, right there.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why you're wondering why is USD going down is price being manipulated. Is it because of Trump?
Yep.
The honest answer is I don't know, but I've been noticing that it's just following technicals. In my opinion, it's not because of news or anything like that. The big movements happen behind the news, almost as an excuse, like as if that's when the banks know there's going to be a lot of volume and a lot of people are waiting.
Yep.
But hit me up whenever. I gotta get back to being a dad.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Alan.
You're welcome.
Amazing. I'll try to do it. It's a lot of information. There's a lot of things here.
Yeah.
To look at and work with. And thank you very much for explaining this to me, because this is all new to me.
No problem.
Actually.
I'm building a website. It'll be free. I'm trying to spread good karma, and I'll let you know when it's done. It'll have videos. I'm just too lazy to record them.
Thank you very much, Alan. Thank you.
Take care.
Take care, man. Thank you very much for your time.
Cheers.
Take care. All right.